Hello, and thanks for taking the time to watch this brief introduction to Office 2016, brought to you by Student Affairs IT. Today, we will be looking at the way Office 2016 applications perform common functions like file navigation, adjustable viewing panes, and choosing default save locations. Then, we'll move on to features that may have changed in specific applications. With the upgrade, you'll find that the application layouts have become fairly similar, and once you learn a common function in one, it translates easily to the others. Let's start with an application we're all familiar with, Microsoft Word. Upon opening, you'll find that unlike previous versions of Microsoft Office, the application will not open a blank document by default. Instead, you are presented with the files you have worked on recently in the left panel, and a selection of pre-made Microsoft templates from which to create new documents. This is the same for other applications like Excel and PowerPoint. However, the first selection in the templates will always be either a blank presentation, a blank workbook, or a blank document. Feel free to explore Microsoft's free templates, as they can often be huge time savers and highly customizable. If you want to open an existing file, you'll need to click the link on the left of the screen that says Open Other Documents. This link will take you to the Open screen. From here, you can browse files that are stored locally on your computer or in a network drive. All you need to do is click the Browse button next to the folder icon. This will open a standard file browser. From here, you can find your computer's documents and downloads folders along with your network drives, which will be listed under this PC. To demonstrate saving a document, let's start with something new. You have a couple of options when it comes to saving. Hitting the Save icon on the top left of the screen will save the document wherever it is currently stored. If it is a new document, like this one, you'll be shown the Save As screen. Similar to the Open screen, the Save As screen presents the same options for file navigation. To save to the computer or a network drive, click Browse and use the File browser to find a location to name and save the document. Additionally, if you want to save an existing document in another location, you can access this same menu by going File, Save As, and Browse. Keep in mind that the old version of the file you are editing or viewing will remain in its old location without your edits, while the new version is then saved in whatever directory you choose. Throughout all other Office 2016 applications, like Excel and PowerPoint, opening, saving, and starting documents works the same way. Outlook is probably the best example of how Office 2016 applications can be customized via view changing. So let's go ahead and switch over to that. When you click on the View tab, you are presented with many different options to customize the way that Outlook will show you your email. All of these options exist up here in the top portion of the screen that Microsoft has dubbed the ribbon. The way that my Outlook is currently set up is with the reading pane here on the right, my inbox in the middle, and the folder pane on the left. This is customizable via these three buttons here. My reading pane on the right can be moved to the bottom, and then the inbox will be on top. Or I could turn it off altogether, and then I can just go ahead and look through these and click on one to pop it out into a separate window. The folder pane can be minimized and then restored with this caret button here, or you can turn it off altogether. But let's go ahead and I like it this way, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave it like that. Many people like their email to be shown as conversations, where multiple emails between the same party, an email chain, appear as one. The option to enable that feature is also in the View tab, here with this checkbox. For example, I have one conversation email here, and they're marked with these white triangles. If I click the triangle, I then can see every other email since this chain has started. And I can click on them individually, or I can just scroll through the reading pane and look where these gray lines are to see the different emails with the headings of the time and date. In other applications, the View tab has some different functions. For example, this Word document that I've just opened from my network drive opened in Reading View, which makes it awfully cumbersome if I wanted to edit, but maybe is better if I was presenting a document. To change this view, I would just go up to the View tab and switch to the Edit Document view. And then we're back. One thing you'll notice about Office 2016 is that the ruler and margins are not set by default to show. If we go to the View tab, you'll see it's toggled via the ruler checkbox. The View tab in Excel has different functionality still. Here, in the View tab, we can toggle the formula bar so that it can either be hidden or showing, toggle the headings, and even toggle the grid lines. In the View tab is where you'll also find the Freeze Pane selection, where you can select rows or columns to stay static on the screen while you scroll through a workbook. You can also pop out a sheet into a new window so that you can simultaneously view separate sheets within the same workbook. Returning to Outlook, I'd like to briefly talk about changes made to Outlook public calendars before we wrap up this tutorial. In Office 2010, you may be used to seeing your public folders appear as a folder icon in the bottom left of the screen. This navigation has changed considerably. The envelope will show you your mailbox, the calendar icon, your calendar, but the public folders are going to be found in these three dots. It'll open a submenu, and if we select folders, you'll see now, if we scroll down in the left-hand navigation, that we have this subheading, Public Folders, and that'll be next to your email address. You can then drop down the All Public Folders navigation and find the public folder that you're expecting to see. We hope we have touched on some of the major differences between Microsoft Office versions and that this video has alleviated some of the growing pains. If you experience any problems with Office 2016 with a feature we've just described, or one that you use often and we've left out, please feel free to give us a call at extension 2002, where we always have technicians standing by to take your call Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., and Friday from 8 to 5 p.m. Thanks, and have a great day.